All right. Hey, so as you already know, when I am working, just doing things around the house, I always come up with these different thoughts in my head. And after doing some of my chores today, I was like, I started to come up with the idea of living in your privilege. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what privilege? We don't have any privilege. But for me, like your privilege can be anything. It can be really small. It can be, let me test our sound 1 second. Okay, so it should be good. I don't want the same thing that happened last time to happen again. So yeah, so your privilege can be you having a 9 to 5. That is your privilege. It might be, you know, for you, a 9 to 5 might be daunting. It might not be something good, but for someone else, that's a privilege. So when I say live in your privilege, that's what I mean. So that doesn't mean that you're going to ignore, your feelings. That doesn't mean that you're going to ignore your stresses. That doesn't mean that you're going to ignore the bad. It just means that that is a privilege that you have, and it's a good idea to know that that is a privilege and live in it. So it would be like, yes, I don't like the job. I probably don't wish I don't have a job, but I'm privileged enough to have a job, and me having a job is a privilege because there's a lot of people that you may know that don't have a job. So if you look at it from that way, it might change your perspective on things and then kind of make it feel a little better. Probably doesn't seem that daunting either. So that's something to think about. Also, if you are new to my channel, hi. Thanks for watching this live. If you're watching the replay, definitely thanks for watching as well. If you like what you see so far, you can like, subscribe, or just leave a comment and speak to me in the comment section. So back to what I was saying. The reason why I thought about that, because I thought about it from a point of view of like a stay-at-home mom, right? Sometimes we have our stresses as well. Yesterday I came on here and the sound never did work, so I'm gonna try it again today. I need to make sure my sound is working. Let's see. Just give me like 2 seconds. All right, perfect. It is working. So yeah, so I am coming from a point of view of a stay-at-home mom, right? And yes, we have our ups, we have our downs, we have things that we would probably change, we have things that we would rather not deal with. You know, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly, but sometimes it can seem like we are only focusing on the bad, which is not that we're focusing on it. It's just that sometimes we need to have conversations about that. So, my privilege would be that I have the ability to be a stay at home mom, and the fact that I am a stay at home mom, I have the ability to work on my different ventures, the ones that do work out and the ones that don't. So it gives me the ability to explore my dreams. Now, yes, it can be harder. Yes, it might be more difficult, and there's things that have to come before that. But at the same time, at the end of the day, my privilege is being able to focus on that 100%, because there's a lot of people out there who would want to focus on like if they're entrepreneurs, there's a lot of people who would want to focus on their dreams and goals solely and not have to worry about maybe paying a lot of the bills, not have to worry about certain stressors of adulthood. A lot of people would want that. So when you think about it from a point of view of that is your privilege, it changes the perspective on it, and it kind of makes it more lighthearted. And when you have those down days, it gives you an opportunity to say, you know what, yes, I'm feeling down. So now let me be clear, this does not mean you're not going to feel down or you're going to like gaslight yourself or anything. It's just that it's a way to kind of get out of the slump really quickly, because it's like, okay, I feel down now, I'm miserable, I don't like doing some of these things, but I get to work on the things that I love. I get to explore, potential opportunities, as long as it's within the reach of, as long as it doesn't affect the other things that I need to be doing. So I get to work on that. I get to work on my business. I get to work on crafts. I get to try new things. I just get to explore certain parts of me that maybe if I were a 9 to 5, yes, I would still explore these. And exploring these things while having a 9 to 5 might also have its its perks. But the perks that I have while exploring it as a stay-at-home mom is different. And you can appreciate that and just live in that privilege. So if that makes sense. So live in the privilege of having that opportunity. Right. So that's something that I was thinking about while I was doing my chores today. Is like, it might be because we all have those days when we're down, right? We all have those days when we're like, sorry. We all have those days when we're like, the position that we're in right now are like that we wish that we weren't in it. But sometimes you think about it, it's like even for like stay-at-home moms, it's like, yes, it's daunting. Yes, it has all these ups and downs. But if you're an entrepreneur, it has its perks. So you can be depressed, you can be down, but then think about that and it will have you come out of your slump, because you won't have to stay in that state. You don't have to stay thinking that, you won't have to stay in it for too long, because that's how I look at it. I look at it as, you know, when I am depressed, I am in a state, or I'm just feeling down, I know time of the month, you're in a mood, you're like, okay, is this it forever? But then I second think about it and I say, you know what? This is somewhat of a privilege, because not a lot of people have the privilege to do that. Not a lot of people have the privilege of my job being taking care of the home, taking care of your kids, and having the opportunity to work on your dreams and goals without having too much of a financial stress. Now, when I say everything is all glitters and gold, sunshines, peaches, rainbows, and unicorn poop. But that still doesn't take away from the part at the end of the rainbow that I'm able to work towards while in this position. If that makes sense. If I don't make sense, you can tell me in the comment. It when I think about it like that, it shortens my downtime, it shortens my slump, because it's like, you know what, you're right. Some people would want this people, and there's a saying where them say, want it, can't get it, and get it, don't want it. Because I'm sure there's a lot of stay-at-home moms who would love to be the working mom, and a lot of working mom would want to be the stay-at-home mom. So it's like vice versa. And it's it's interesting though, because they would want that, you would want that. But think think about it. Even me as a stay-at-home mom now, if I go back into the workforce, there a level of me would still want to be able to be active in my kids' life. So it's like, how do you balance that? When you think, those are the things I think about, and I say, you know what, I guess this is a bit of a privilege. Now, does that mean I am going to stay here forever? No, it just means that for the time being that I am here and I am a stay-at-home mom, I am going to look at things from different perspective to give myself a better chance of having a good day, having better mental health, and not having to think that, woe is me, things are going wrong, like, or woe is me, is this what my life come to? It's more of having a much more positive outlook on your life, having a much more positive outlook on, you know, just your situation. So that's me just saying, like, look at the situation that you're in right now, whatever situation that you're in. And I want to repeat, I'm not saying that you should disregard, whatever downfalls you have going on, disregard negatives or anything. That I'm just saying to look at whatever situation you have right now and say, you know what? Yes, I'm down. Yes, this is going on, but the position that you're in right now, it still have a little bit of privilege there. Like, for example, if let's say you used to live on your own, and then now you have to cut back and move in with somebody else, or move in with a family member or a parent. That is your privilege, because guess what? You have the privilege of moving in back with your parents or a family member. some people don't have that privilege. So living that privilege, saying, you know what, yes, I have the ability. It might look bad on the outside, but it is a privilege that I am able to move back in with my parents, build myself up. They give me the room and the flexibility to build myself up, and then I can go back out and brush myself off and start all over again. And I think too often we don't think about life like that. We just think about it as everything that's happening to me, there's nothing good in this situation. When you really sit back and take a breath and you look at it, there's there's always there's always a bit of good in some situations. Not I'm not at the very dramatic things, don't take me too literally, but there's always some good there that we can point out and hold on to help us, crawl out of whatever hole we might be mentally. So it's like being in, I think there's like a saying that says that, like, you're in a dark hole, and to crawl out of it, just focus on that little bit of light that you're seeing. Now while you're focusing on that little bit of light that you're seeing, you're still getting bit, you're still getting hurt, it's just still things happening. But that hope and that faith and just that perseverance that you have by focusing on that little bit of light that you see at the end of the tunnel can help you get through it. Right, so that's what I mean by living in a privilege. And for, like I mentioned earlier, for the stay-at-home moms, it's living in a privilege to say, I am a stay-at-home mom, but you know what, I am able to work on other things. Like, I am able to watch my kids grow up. I am able to, and this is for lots of stay-at-home moms, we're able to watch our kids grow up. We're able to focus on them. So with, for example, with me and my daughter now, a friend said it to me the other day, and with her situation, she's getting better and everything. Like, she's much better than before. And one of my friend was saying to me that, that the reason why she's getting better is because you were able to be around her, be in tune with her to the point that you could pick up that something might be a little off, and got her the help that she needed earlier rather than later, and wake up every day with her, being around her, and just doing the work to get her to the position that you want her to be. And I think she was like, and you staying home or being home is the reason why you were able to do that. Now, when she said that, a light bulb went off into my head, because I never thought about it like that. Right? I thought about it as, oh my gosh, I'm home, I'm, stay-at-home mom, or like, my life change, or is this what I'm going to do forever? Sometimes I think that, like, that's all I'm going to do forever. But I enjoy the fact that I can they around them, and then them presence, and then them space, and help them, be present as much as I can. Sometimes I think about it like that, and it wasn't until she said that I was like, okay, yeah, say something, yeah, go, me I say, yeah, man, that yeah, go on with yourself with that. That makes sense. Like, I needed to hear that at that moment, because it all comes back to what I'm saying with living in your privilege. Because my privilege in that moment is that I was capable to have a roof over my head and just a livelihood. And because of that, I was able to focus on her and help her get to where she needs to be, help her develop at the rate that she needs to be, and just help her grow, right? And then, so little things like that can help you, like, the appreciate where you are in life, especially when you're in your slumps. Just little simple things like that are, even when I went to visit back home, which is Jamaica, right? And visiting back home, I haven't been there in 10 years when I went, and I stayed there for 3 months. And I said, you know what? Yeah, bad things might bad in the US sometime, we're concerned. Look at things that are going on in the US, right? But the lifestyle is different. And it's realizing that that you're like, yo, the lifestyle is different. And that is why a lot of people try to come here to have a certain lifestyle. That, not saying that they can't have it there, they can, but they need to be in a certain position financially to do it, or just have certain things to have. Just, certain things are privilege here that we don't realize is a privilege until they go somewhere else. Keep it in mind, it wasn't until I went back down I realized, like, wait a minute. Hold on, camera out. Wait, is it still running? Oh, it's still running. Okay, it's back. Okay, so I was like, it wasn't until I went back and I realized, like, wait a minute, yo, garbage collection is a privilege. Yo, that is a privilege to have. Anybody who come from the Caribbean or Jamaica, certain parts of Jamaica, like, can attest to me. I say, garbage collection, sanitary workers, they're privileged. They were privileged to have, because not when we get garbage collection every week and recycling every 2 weeks, in some places in Jamaica, you you just have to one day it come, and then if it come, like, it's ever coming now, but sometimes it come and then by the time you reach you full. I didn't remember that until I went back home. I was like, it's like I go back home and I remember them things like, oh yeah, in certain parts of Jamaica, that's a lifestyle. Now, I'm not by no means saying that we're better than them or anything like that. I'm just saying that we have our privileges, and we should live in that. Because when I went to Jamaica, there were a lot of things that were different. Well, nowadays them different, because depending upon all your money, still you can have certain things. So even with the fact that some homes don't have central air, they have regular AC, or if them don't have AC, them just regular heat where I run in a house. That's hot. Okay, that's hot. And we need like air in our house sometime. So even that is a privilege. Having a certain home is a privilege, depending on where you are in life, right? But then let's say looking at family members in Jamaica, their privileges for me, they beach there, but it's all right, you know. So their privilege back home is having access to a beach, having rivers. Oh my gosh, having the greenery, the scenery, like, that's a fitting privilege. They probably don't realize it, but it's a fitting privilege. Fitting privilege of having, like, is knowing that work can stop on the weekend sometime. That's a privilege for them. So, that's what I'm talking about when I say to live in your privilege. Just own the privilege where you have and make it work for you. You use it for sorry, use it for help you get through the day. Use it for help you get through the down times. Just, if anything, I think my boss blank now in my brain. So I think I'm going to wrap up this live stream here. Especially if coming on nobody else today. If you are here, you can say hi. But yeah, so that's what I was talking about. I just feel like if you don't take anything from this, take away the fact that all of us have a little bit of privilege. Even if you think you don't, your privilege can be being able to drive to a Walmart and get whatever you have. Because there's places in the US where driving to a Walmart is a long haul, right? That is a long haul for some people. That's wishful thinking. So your privilege might just be being able to do that. And when you have those down days and you're stressed and whatever it is that you're stressed about, think about it and think about what's your privilege in that situation, and that might help you to get out of your slump. Because for me, I'm telling you, for me, a lot of my downtime is I'm able to overcome it by changing my perspective on that downtime and just thinking about it from when I say positive, cause positive kind of sound cliche, but if you think about it from that point, like change the point of view of it or change it, how you view it and say, what, this situation that I'm in, yes, it's bad, but you are able to do this while someone isn't able. So that means you can stress over it. And yes, you can tired of it. Yes, you can have your complaints. Yes, you can not want to do it sometimes, but it is still your privilege. So live in your privilege and use that to get you out of your slump, for crack you out of your shell, and just don't stay down for too long. That's what that helped me though. It can help you instead of being down for like 3, 4 days, doing something like that and say, you know what, I don't like that job you want me, Like I don't like this job right now, but it's a privilege for me to be able to have this job because this job helps me to pay for certain things, pay for a certain lifestyle, you know, pay for things that I want. So I'm in this slump right now. I am quite miserable and annoyed with it, but I'm not gonna suffer. Like I won't be right here in this position forever. So right now, in this moment, I'm going to appreciate this privilege I have. I'm going to go through my emotions because because we don't entertain not expressing yourself and not having emotions. We're going to go through our emotions and then get the ball rolling again. Because remember, everything, bam. Because remember, everything I'll keep going like at the end of the day, a night. So get the ball rolling. Nothing in our life, not last forever. Even love, like it doesn't last forever. So I hope this helps. Like I feel like my ramble now. So I'm gonna wrap up this live stream and then I might do one more tomorrow morning because I am if you made it this far, I am actually trying to do like a daily posting for this month. So let's see how that goes. If you made it this far in the video, you can drop a comment in the section. And I want you to drop the celebration balloon because tonight was going to be a night that I was going to skip my video because I didn't edit a video today. But never did I go to the live stream. I'm going to tell myself, say, you know what? I have the privilege for do a live stream tonight. I'm going to need to sleep. I'm tired. I'm not get up. I'm not getting up to go to work in the morning. The kids are sleeping. Yeah, I'm tired, but the kids are sleeping. I have a deadline. I'm gonna stick to it. So that was my privilege, being able to sit here tonight and do this live stream, even though no one is here. Oh, hi! I didn't even notice that Sky was here. Hi, Sky. Thanks for joining me. I was just wrapping up. But yeah, so for everyone who made it this far, thanks for watching and I'm proud of you. Bye.